Hey YouTube! I'm back! Venom Samurai coming back at you with another movie review. So, being in quarantine has kind of killed a lot of the movie industry. They've all gone to streaming, or they've all gone to simulcasts on streaming and in the theaters, which, by the way, is kind of a stupid thing to do. I mean, why would you pay $15 to go watch a movie once when you could pay $15 and be able to watch it whenever you want? Sorry, my watch just went off. Where was I? Oh yeah. So, current state of Hollywood is just basically now everybody's trying to release on two platforms. One's in the theaters and the other's is on streaming. Though personally, I don't see the point of paying to go to a movie theater if the movie is going to be on streaming as well. It's just a law of economics, people. You know. But anyway, so one of the big draws this year has been HBO Max. And the biggest draw that they've had is they have released the Zack Snyder original vision for the Justice League movie. And I am so happy they did, because that movie was significantly improved in this cut versus, as one reviewer put it, and I love the way that he referred to it, the Justice League. I'm sorry, Joss Whedon, I understand that you are a very imaginative writer. You have come up with concepts that make for excellent television. You have done okay in terms of directing the Marvel movies. Stay out of the Justice League. Stay out of DC. You do not need to be on it. Because I saw the original Justice League. That wasn't the Justice League. That was Marvel's version of the Justice League. Okay? That was the Disney-fied version of the Justice League. And thank you, Warner Brothers, for finally realizing you fucked up. For realizing, gee, we need to go back and let Zack Snyder finish this movie the way he wanted it done. Granted, it is a 4-hour movie, and it is a bit of a slog if you are worried about time. I'll be honest, though, I didn't feel the 4 hours. I watched this movie from beginning to end. Every last bit of it. Oh, by the way, you may have noticed a little bit of hair is missing. Sorry, it's just a little hot here in Tennessee right now. But anyway, so I liked a lot of what they did in this movie. First off, the visual effects were absolutely perfect. Steppenwolf looked a lot more menacing. They incorporated so much better CGI than they had when the movie first came out. No more baby chin. No more baby chin Superman. He doesn't look like he just got out of diapers. You know? He actually looks like a mature adult. And it really shows in the tone of the movie, not just in the effects. So that was another thing. The tone of the movie is much darker. This is an R-rated movie. I don't care what anybody says. It is not a movie to show your kids. It is a movie for adult comic fans. It treats the audience like they are thinking adults. Okay? And it's the characters the way we know the characters. Okay? Batman, Ben Affleck knocked it out of the park as Batman. He did. He knocked it out of the park as this Batman. When they went back and they rewrote him for the Justice League, they tried to give him jokes. And I'm sorry, but that's Adam West. That's not Ben Affleck. I'm sorry. If it was Adam West doing that, I'd have been a lot more on board with that. But just no, he's not a jokester. Flash, they toned his character down, which was really needed because they kind of threw the jokester Flash too much around in the original Justice League. As a matter of fact, a lot of the characters have been toned down in this version versus in the Justice League. A lot more Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's character is a lot more fleshed out, a lot better, a lot more representation. Gal Gadot did a great job again as Wonder Woman. We'll never have a problem with that woman playing that character. When you get Linda Carter's respect for doing it, that's when you know you've kicked ass. Except for Wonder Woman 1984, but we're not going to talk about that yet. But Flash was toned down a lot. Ezra Miller actually brought a lot more humanity to the character in this one. I feel like his character wasn't as kid sidekick. He wasn't Kid Flash in this. He was Barry Allen. He was someone who has to live with the weight of his decisions using his speed. He actually operated a little bit more on the line of Grant Gustin's Flash from the TV show than from like the 1960s where he was a goofy character. Cyborg, absolutely love what they did with Cyborg. Ray Fisher knocked it the fuck out of the park in this. They did not explore his character as much as they should have in the original movie. I'm just going to say that right now. They should have explored his character as much as they did in this movie. He actually shows that he has all this power behind his technology and that he has the ability to do so much. There's a scene in it that I absolutely love where he goes in, he hacks a bank and gives a struggling mother $20,000 just so she can make ends meet. And said, hey, you won the Gotham lottery. Hey, that's great. That's something that we would love to see happen in real life if somebody had that ability. Hey, you just won $20,000. Fuck yeah. Somebody who's struggling gets $20,000. That's great. That's a sign of heroism. They show the downside of it, where he can see everything, but should he see everything? That kind of a thing really showed the depth of character on Cyborg. Aquaman, they made him a lot more. They made him a lot more regal in this movie. Pardon me. In the original, he was kind of a bro. I hate to say it. He was a bro. Like, I really love to surf, and I love to sit down and smoke a doobie on my way to the beach. They made Jason Momoa a bro. In this, they made him a king. Okay? He acts like a king. He acts like he's got responsibility. He is sort of torn between the world of being in Atlantis and being on surface. It's a lot more emotion tied to the character. They even threw in the Martian Manhunter, which I absolutely love because he only shows up twice, so I'll go ahead and kind of be a spoiler on that. He does only show up twice, but the great thing is they got the actor who played him in Supergirl to play him in the movie. And he does a hell of a job on Supergirl. I'm sorry if you don't like Supergirl. I'm not the biggest fan of it myself. But I love that actor. And I wish I could remember his name, but he just knocks it out of the park as Martian Manhunter. I even somehow found Jesse Eisenberg not as annoying in this, mainly because they didn't play his character like a jackass. He isn't basically Mark Zuckerberg with a bald cap on. He actually plays like he is a rich snob, which is how you expect Lex Luthor to act. He acts like he's rich. He acts like he's powerful. And they also only give him a short portion of screen time. That might have helped. Gave us a little bit more depth to Deathstroke. Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke. He did great. We got to see Darkseid, finally. We got to see Darkseid, Desaad, Granny Goodness. We got hints of all of the future that's coming to this era. And it developed so much more naturally than the original movie did. It felt like they were just jumping to specific events in the original movie. And then it didn't feel natural. Now it feels natural. It feels like these events flow one into the other. And that's what I wanted to see. I don't want to see the Justice League done by Joss Whedon. I want to see the Justice League. I want to see these guys come together, band together. First off, in the beginning of the movie, they fucking try not to be together. They actually, Aquaman refuses to join them. Frickin' Cyborg refuses to join them. Flash joins right away because he honestly doesn't have anybody. Wonder Woman joins up, of course. Batman joins up, of course. But, you know, they didn't have Superman, which I'm getting to. I hear all of you internet watchers out there talking about, why hasn't he talked about Superman yet? Why hasn't he talked about Henry Cavill yet? I'm getting there. Because let's face it, Henry Cavill is a good choice for Superman. He is a nerd like the rest of us. He knows his Superman lore. He knows how he's supposed to act. He knows how he's supposed to be. And Justice League murdered that in the original cut, in the theatrical cut. In the Zack Snyder cut, they actually brought Superman back to where he needed to be. He rocks the black suit, but he rocks the black suit after showing us all the other suits he could have worn. It's not, he just miraculously has a black suit. No, he's had that suit. And he considers for a second wearing the blue and red. Goes back to wearing the black. The black suit is the one that most people associate with Superman as he goes more toward the dark side. So that was really, really good. In terms of his powers and the differences between the theatrical and the Zack Snyder, I loved his showing up in the final battle. As you know, in the final battle in the original movie, he shows up and he throws out a one-liner of, oh, I'm a huge fan of truth, but I'm also a huge fan of justice. Really? Do you think now, when you're fighting a world-ending apocalypse, is the time to throw out a one-liner? But I love how he shows up in the Zack Snyder cut, because he just shows up, he blocks the axe, and he goes, not impressed. That's Superman. That is actually something that Superman has done in the comics. He has done shit like that where he just pops it away because he's like, what are you, a fly? Because Superman is an all-powerful character. Let's face it. They had to create the character of Darkseid and Steppenwolf and Calabac and Granny Goodness and Desaad and basically the entire New Gods just to fight Superman. Because let's be completely honest, the world does not need the Justice League if Superman exists. And this is an argument I'll have with any other DC character fan or DC fan ever. The world does not need a Justice League if Superman exists. The reason being, because Superman is basically billed as an all-powerful character. Batman, basically, they explain it in the movie. His superpower is that he's rich. He could stop being Batman anytime he wants to, and he's still rich. Wonder Woman, she could stop being Wonder Woman anytime she wanted to. She's still super smart, super hot, and super wealthy because she has access to knowledge that people don't have elsewhere in the world. Aquaman, he can stop being Aquaman anytime he wants to be. He can go back to Atlantis and live his life there, or he could go live in obscurity on the surface. Flash, same thing. Cyborg, he could live in obscurity. He could go off and live off the grid or just completely integrate himself into a technological area. He could literally hide. All of these guys could hide. Superman can't do that. Superman literally is a end-all be-all character. But they have to come up with characters that are strong enough to give him a fight. So that's where throwing in the Justice League and having them take on Apocalypse comes in. Now, time to talk about the one sequence that has everybody talking. Everybody talks about this sequence. And I'm going to talk about it too. The Nightmare sequence, spelled K-N-I-G-H-T-M-A-R-E. Yes, I know it's a stupid way to say it. Just call it a nightmare. That's what it is. It's a nightmare. It's not actually happened yet. The big thing about that... I'm going to take my hat off, folks, because I'm sweating like a hog up here. The big thing that I want to talk about is probably the same thing a lot of people want to talk about. I want to talk about Jared Leto's performance as the Joker in the Nightmare sequence. We got a better performance from Jared Leto in that Nightmare sequence than we got out of almost 2 hours of freaking Suicide Squad. Why couldn't we have that Joker in Suicide Squad? Why did they have to make Jared Leto this purring, mincing character in Suicide Squad? He was so much better in this. I actually gained respect for that Joker. I had lost a lot of respect for that Joker. I didn't like that Joker. I actually like this Joker now. And he plays the character right. You know, he actually picks a fight with Batman. One of the best exchanges in the entire movie is right there during the epilogue, where he and Batman are having a back and forth in the Nightmare sequence, where he basically is prodding Batman to try and start a fight with him. I'm all for that. I want to see this. You have a Batman Joker buddy movie? Fuck yeah! It happens in the comics. It's fair enough to happen here. But it played so naturally and so well. And Jared Leto actually felt much more natural as the Joker in this than he did in the 2 hours plus of Suicide Squad. Even in the director's cut of Suicide Squad, he's not as good as he is on the Nightmare sequence. I've seen both. So I can honestly say, great job, Jared Leto. You actually redeemed a performance that was kind of shit. And a lot of people are still talking about Amber Heard being Mira in the Justice League and how she's still cast as Mira in the Aquaman series because of all the bullshit that's happening with Johnny Depp. First of all, I want to say I am pro Johnny Depp. I am not pro Amber Heard at all. But y'all, that's a private matter, okay? That is between her and him. The courts have said that the evidence that he's presented works in his favor. The evidence that she's presented works in her favor. Basically, it's none of our fucking business. It's none of the studio's business. Honestly, that should only have only ruined their career if they were doing something that involved their target audience. So let's point something out here. Did either one of them attack a fan? No? Then they don't need to be losing their jobs. Neither one of them. Amber Heard may be a monster, and I am totally on the ball with the pro Johnny Depp side of this, because I grew up watching Pirates of the Caribbean 2, all that. I grew up knowing Johnny Depp before a lot of you guys did. I'm over 30. So Johnny Depp grew up with me. Amber Heard, I honestly didn't know who the hell she was until the Justice League movies. Sorry, I didn't care. But that being said, it's not our place as fans to say that the studios should fire this person or fire this person. That's not our job. You want to hurt their business, you want to hurt them as an actor or an actress, don't go see their movies. That's a real simple, straightforward way to fix that problem. Don't go see their movies. Don't go see their movies, don't buy their merchandise, don't give them any airtime. Don't even give them the time of day. That kills a career faster than anything. But no, we're a society that we don't like it, so we're going to protest it. Don't protest. Just don't give them money. That beats them faster than anything. If you don't want somebody to have a career, don't give them money. Do not pay them. They will not have a career. It's a simple solution. I make no money on this. I don't make a career out of this. But, so, the whole, she shouldn't be in Justice League because she was a bitch to Johnny Depp and beat on him and she was an abuser. Okay. So don't go see her movie. Don't patronize her. But I want to see the Justice League movie. Then shut the fuck up. Here's the thing, people. It's not about doing what the fans want. It's about doing what will make money. Okay? And don't get me wrong. I've seen some alternates to Amber Heard that I'm absolutely a fan of. They want to get the girl who played Daenerys Targaryen to take over, which I'm an advocate for. She's actually a decent actress. But here's the thing, folks. If you don't want to see Amber Heard as Mira, don't buy Aquaman. Don't pay to see it. Don't rent it on Netflix. Don't buy it on Vudu. You don't want to see her in Justice League, don't watch it. That's a simple, honest, straightforward solution. If you don't like something, don't watch it. Don't sit there and try to ruin everybody else's fun time just because you can't enjoy it. That's a lot like going to a ice skating rink and everybody else is having fun ice skating and you went there expecting there to be like wakeboarding. So you tell everybody that they have to melt the ice rink so that you can go wakeboarding. So you see how stupid this can get. But anyway, so my personal recommendation on Zack Snyder Justice League, if you've never seen the original theatrical cut, skip it, go to the Zack Snyder. If you have seen the original theatrical cut and you want to see the differences, see the Zack Snyder. If you are looking for something to watch with your kids, watch the theatrical cut, because it's geared much more towards the younger generation. If you want to watch something that's going to be more adult, where they drop curse words like it's going out of style, where there's a lot more blood, a lot more gore, watch Zack Snyder's version. So, all things said and done, I give Zack Snyder's 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. I can't give it a perfect. I can't give it a perfect. Don't get me wrong, I've said a lot of praise for this movie. And I am very much an advocate of this movie. I very much suggest everybody watch it. But I can't give it a perfect score. Why? Because there are parts of it that drag, and the parts of it that drag just they get redeemed by the parts that keep your interest, but I mean, it's just that 4-hour runtime, that's one of the big things that just kills it. Because nobody wants to sit there. I didn't notice the 4 hours personally, but I know that not everybody watches movies the same way I do. So, personally, I'm going to say, watch it. If you want to own it, own it. If you have HBO Max, definitely watch it. If you want to go see it in theaters, that's fine too. But it's not something, it's not a go see it in the theater kind of movie to me. It's more of a watch it at home kind of movie. With that being said, so as you guys may have noticed, this is the first review I've done in a good long while. And I would like to try to do more, but I can't say for certain when I'll be able to do that. I am a student now. I am currently a student at a university here in Tennessee. I will not say which one. I am not at the University of Tennessee. I will say that. But I am a student now, so I have a lot of stuff that is coming down the pipeline that I'm having to do. But we can always look for new stuff. I may do a review on Godzilla vs. Kong, which I am a huge fan of the current Godzillaverse. Also might do a review of Mortal Kombat when it comes out, because I'm very much looking forward to seeing that reboot. There's a lot coming out this summer that I think that the pandemic has made the studios step up their game so that people will want to come to see their movies, honestly. So, that being said, you all stay safe out there. Social distance. If you can get the vaccine, go get yourself the vaccine. I actually had COVID. I will not lie and say that it was fun. I had COVID. I am basically good for at least 6 months. So, in the interest of all fairness, you guys let me know whether you liked this review. If you didn't like this review, let me know what you didn't like about this review. I will be glad to address anything down in the comments below. And until then, it's Venom Samurai signing off.